Hello, I'm going to show you how to do short multiplication to times 3-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers this morning. So I've got a question, 427 times 4. First thing I'm going to do is put in my hundreds, tens, ones column so that I can line it all up as I write the question out. There are 427 and I'm timesing by 4. Get my ruler and draw my answer lines, my answer box, like so. I'm going to show you both of these questions quickly, and then after this I'll show you these same questions but broken down slower if you want to see the steps in more detail. You can watch this bit again, you can watch both bits again. The idea of this video is you can watch it as many times as you need to just to check you've got the right skill, got the right strategies. So I've laid it out with my place value columns. I'm going to go along timesing each part by 4 because I'm timesing the whole number by 4, so I need to times each number by 4. 7 ones times 4 is 28, so the 8 goes in the ones column, the 20 or the 2 tens go in the tens column. I've then got 2 tens times 4. 2 tens times 4 is 8 tens. I've got 2 more to add here, so I end up with 8 add 2 tens, 10 tens. So 0 in there, and then the 1 over here. Now I'm into my hundreds. 4 times 400, 400 times 4 is 1600. Add 1 more, 17 hundreds. So the 7 goes in the hundreds column. The extra 1 will come along here. There's nothing else to multiply by, so I put in my answer. So 427 times 4 is 1708. Second example, again I'll go through it quickly. I'll break these both down in more detail in just a moment. First thing I'm going to do is hundreds, tens, ones. Write out the number in its columns for the short multiplication. I've got 590 this time, and I'm timesing by 3. I get my ruler out. Useful to have your ruler ready. Draw my answer line, which this time I'm going to be sensible enough to draw 4 boxes across, because my answer is going to go into the thousands. Starting over here, I'm timesing each part of the number by 3. So 3 times no ones, 3 times nothing is nothing. 3 times 9 tens is 27 tens. So there's the 7 of the 27, there's the 2. 3 times 5 hundreds is 15 hundreds. Add 2 more, 17 hundreds. So the 7's going to go in here. And then I've got 1 extra. There's nothing else to multiply by, so that 1 will now come up there. 1770. 1770. Excellent. If you feel confident, go and have a go at some of the questions that have been set today. If not, re-watch this bit. If it's helpful, I'm now going to break those down in a little bit more detail so you can see what's happening again. So same questions. Again, the first thing I'm going to do is put in my hundreds, tens and ones. If I was doing 4-digit numbers, I'd put in my thousands as well. It's the 4 times table, which you might know really well. If you're a little bit hazy on the 4 times table still, keep learning it. But also down the side of my page, I'm just going to go up in 4s so I can refer to it. 4, 8, 12. I'm just adding 4 each time. 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. I don't need to go beyond 10 because I'll never be able to times by more than 10 in any column. So that's going to help me a lot. Now I go to write my question in its columns. 427 times 4. Answer line, just as before, but with 4 lines across this time, 4 squares across, because I know what happens. Lovely. So, the steps I'm doing here, I'm starting on the right hand side and working my way left. I'm starting with the ones. I'm doing 4 times 7 first. So I'm going to keep a record of what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep that record in my black pen. So the first thing I'm doing is 4 times 7, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28. And I put it in like this. 8 fits in the ones column, the 20 doesn't, so it has to go across to the tens column. The next thing I'm doing, so you can see the 28 written there. Next thing I'm doing is 4 times 2 tens. 4 times 2 tens, 4 times 20. Now 4 times 2 is 8, so 4 times 20 is 80. 8 tens. So my 8 tens are going to go in this column here, but I've got 2 more from last time to add on. So I've got 8 tens, add 2 more tens, 10 tens. And if I've got 10 tens, 0 in there, and the 1 goes over to the hundreds column. There you can see it written, 10. My first answer was 28, my second answer is 10 tens, so it goes like so. Final bit, 4 times 4 hundreds. 4 times 400 equals 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 16, but I'm timesing by 100, so it's going to become 1,600. 1600s, add 1 more 100, makes 1700s. So the 7's going to go in here, and the 1 comes across there. 4 times 4 is 16. 1600s, add 1 more, 1700s. There's nothing more to multiply here, so I can now put my 1 over here. I can also check it. If I add 1,600, add 80, add 28, I would get this number. That's a nice way of checking it out, because that's what's going on over here. I've times 7 by 4, 20 by 4, and 400 by 4. Got those answers, and this helps me add them all together as I go, which is why it's such a handy, short, quick method. Let's do this one in a more broken down way as well. First thing I'm going to do is my 3 times table, if I need to, down the side of my page. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Going up in threes. Gonna do my hundreds, tens, and ones. Gonna get my number written in. 590 multiplied by 3. 3 lots of 590 is what it means. Draw my answer line. 4 squares across, because I think it's going to go into the thousands, if I remember rightly. So this time I'm timesing each part by 3. So the first thing I'm going to do, get the black pen out for this bit, put the blue pen down, is 3 times 0. 3 times 0 is 0. There are no 3s, so there is nothing there. So I can put in my 0 in the ones column. The tens column, I've got 3 times 90, or 3 times 9 tens. 3 times 9 tens is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 27 tens. 27 tens. So I need to put in my 27 tens here. So the 7 goes in here, and the 20 goes in there, into the hundreds column. And finally I've got 3 times 500. 3 times 500 equals, so I'm timing 3 times 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. 100. I've got 2 more to add, so I've got 1500, add 200, 1700. So the 7's going to go in there, and then 1 there. There's nothing more to times, so the 1 can now come up here, 1770, which is what I got on the previous page, which helps me to know that I'm right. If I was to add these numbers up, I would also find that I get up to 1770. A good way to check. Add those up in a column and see if you get the same, and then you'll know that your answers are right. Hope that's been helpful. You can re-watch this video as many times as you need to today and whenever you're doing short multiplication. I wish you well with your multiplication strategies.